award-winning fashion designer, bold content creator, and commandant of the VG Army, crowned by Forbes in the 30 under 30, a queen of fashion, a beacon of style, and a force in the game, Veekee James.
Hello everybody, welcome to CreativiTEA. I don't think that's loud enough because this is our very first episode of the year 2025, and today we have an amazing guest in the house. A multi-talented, beautiful, amazing content creator and fashion designer. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Veekee James.
Thank you so much, Linda.
You're welcome. You look amazing as usual.
And you too.
Thank you. How is everything?
Very well. I'm fine.
Work,
I'm amazing.
Family.
That's even more amazing.
That's amazing to hear. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
being
having
here.
me.
We're looking we're looking forward to, sipping from your tea today.
I'm happy
Apart
to
from
share.
Yes, please. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Because a lot of people don't want to share, but you're so, how do I put it? You're so open.
I mean, why not?
You just want people to get to know you, get to feel you, and you don't hold back at all.
Of course, I don't.
And you like it that way, right?
Every day, I'm hoping that my story inspires someone out there.
Yeah.
Whether it be work life or family or just my personality. Yeah. So I'm happy to share.
That's good. Who are you? And why are you here?
I'll go first. I am a creative director, and I'm here to express myself. I have this creative beast inside of me, and I need a safe space for it to breathe and go out. Out there, people don't understand me. The society is so restrictive.
Yes, so restrictive. I mean, why can't I go to Oshodi in the middle of the night to shoot whatever I like?
Mad.
Hey, say something. What do you do?
I'm an actor. Mad.
Okay, so share with us now.
Okay, so what should I
little
share?
bit.
Where do we start from?
Yes, a little bit of your childhood and growing up in Ajegunle. How was that like?
I tell that story all the time.
Give us an
I'm sure by now a lot of people will be tired of hearing that. Okay,
yeah,
we know
just
you
give
grew
us-
up in Ajegunle. So just to summarize it, I grew up in Ajegunle. Of course, life growing up in Ajegunle is not easy, but somehow we made it through. It was hard, to be honest. I did not envision myself here right now. Well, I mean, I would say that it's been God, and also my mom and the upbringing that she gave to us growing up. I have 2 siblings, and of course, growing up in Ajegunle is tough, because apart from the fact that clearly you're not rich, that's why you're in Ajegunle, because the environment is not. I say it all the time, it's not a place where you train a child. I've said it before, and people came for me. I said it on a podcast, that Ajegunle is not a place where you raise a child, except God before you, to be honest. But for some reason, we were able to pull through. We trusted God all the way. My mom imbibed in us the faith from a very early age, so it helped us to be content and satisfied, and to trust God that all will be fine, and that helped us to be happy with the living condition at the time. So it wasn't really like, oh, we're suffering. It was like, this is
Yeah.
where we are right now
And you were
until it
enjoying
gets
it.
better. And we were
Yeah.
happy, you know, and you know, being in Ajagunle really, really contributed to my success in life because when you grow up in Ajagunle, you have to be tough. You know, you face life, you know, with toughness, and that really helped me to really struggle my way to where I am today. Yeah.
You just mentioned now that you didn't see yourself here
Yeah.
as a child. So what were you thinking you were going to be? What was your passion as a child? What was your dream?
I wanted to be so many things. I remember in primary school when they asked me, "Oh, what do you want to become when you grow up?" I said, "I want to be an ambassador." It's not because I know what that is, but just because I watched on TV one day and they
Yeah.
called up one woman and they said she's an ambassador. She was an ambassador and she looked so good. And I said, I'm going to be an ambassador because I want to look like that on the TV screen. And then when I got into secondary school, a lot of my friends were a lot of my friends wanted to become medical doctors.
Yeah.
You know, so I said, okay, I can also be a medical doctor, and especially because if you're in school, that's the highest.
First, of course, we all wanted to be
You
medical
understand?
doctors.
So I actually thought I was going to be a medical doctor, and my family supported me. My mom and my uncle said, "Yes, we want a medical. You'll be the first medical doctor in this family. You will break that chain." So I thought I was going to be a medical doctor, but it was a mistake. I'm sure God would have just been there laughing at me like, "This one, you don't know the plans I have for you." So yeah.
And then you went on to the university, right?
Yes, I did.
And you studied biochemistry.
Yeah.
But you didn't finish.
Yes.
That must have
I
been
left
tough.
happily.
In your final year,
Well,
right?
I'm saying happily because I'm here now.
Exactly. But that must have been
Yeah.
a very tough decision, or wasn't it?
It was tough, not because I was scared about whether or not I was going to fail in life, but because of the people that I knew that it would hurt, which is like my family, my mom and my uncles who really, really wanted me to finish school and become a graduate. We didn't have a lot of graduates in our family, so they were really, really waiting for me to come out, and you know, and I was the firstborn, so hopefully everyone hoped that would encourage my siblings to do better as well. So that was just the part that really, really affected me. How would my mom take it? Because my mom couldn't wait for me to finish. But I wasn't scared about whether or not I was going to succeed. I was already seeing myself doing well with my handwork. I had a lot of things I was doing. Funny enough, when I left, it wasn't because I wanted to pursue fashion. It was just because I wanted to pursue my talents, because I had a lot. In Akwa Ibom, because I schooled in Akwa Ibom, I was a successful makeup artist. When you count the top 5 as at then, or at least top 7, you will count me. You know, so in my head, you know, I was doing well with makeup, with hairstyling, and then I was doing fashion on the side for myself and friends. So fashion was not really, it was something I loved, you know, and especially because I realized the talent on time. You know, when I was still in primary school and secondary school, I already knew how to sew because my mom was a tailor. So it was something that was always there, but it was never a line of work that I thought that I would follow.
Okay.
And I always explained it as, explain it this way. My mom was a tailor when we were growing up, and we were poor. We didn't have money, right? And I've always wanted to be rich. So in my head, this is a poor man's job.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that mindset stayed in my head for such a long time, even when I grew up and started using social media, because we didn't really see fashion designers here in Nigeria. I'm not good. It was after I started pursuing fashion that I started looking at fashion designers outside Nigeria, you know, because I wanted to build a brand that would go global internationally someday. So I started looking at designers outside the country to inspire me. I didn't want, you know, to really look at people here because I wanted to do more, right? So it was when I started looking, I started seeing that actually fashion designing is beyond, you know, what I've been seeing or what I thought it was. And also, like I said, when I decided to, before I decided to become a fashion designer, I thought it was a poor man's job because not a lot of fashion designers did not really put it out there that we're making money in this business. You know, they didn't really put their life out there for you to actually see that fashion designers are successful. And to be honest, I know that I'm one of those fashion designers, if not the first one, that showed people, especially in this country, if not Africa, that you can actually be a fashion designer and live the life that you want to live for yourself, no matter the level.
Yeah.
You know, you can actually be a fashion designer and be rich in any currency. And because of that, you see now everywhere there are fashion designers. It wasn't like that when I started.
Yeah.
There's proof, there's evidence. You can go way back and check. You know, so I feel like if I was able to have seen a lot of fashion designers successful and killing it, you know, and living like their life, it would have been easy for me to say, okay, let me try this.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's good, because starting a business because of the money is also not a good thing. So I think that also helped me. The fact that I didn't know, and I said, let me just start and see if this will work. And it was actually God's direction for me, because I allowed him to show me what route to follow. And it was that direction that made me, that motivated me to start. And yeah, here we are.
That's amazing.
I hope I'm not going around in circles.
No, you're not. It's actually very interesting. So you left school, and you know, I kept wondering, it was just your final year. Why didn't you finish?
I know, right?
You know?
To be honest, I don't know how I survived that 4 years. The first year was amazing. First year was amazing. During my first year, I was still in almost first class. After my first year. Second year, I think second class lower. Because it was in my second year that I started working full-time in school, because I needed to work to be able to fend for myself and also support home. So it was from my second year that I started working. I realized that I actually loved the job I was doing more than the school. Because I was never a biochemistry girl. The only reason I did biochemistry in school was because I couldn't get the cutoff mark in pre-degree for medicine. So they gave me biochemistry. And I had stayed home for about 3 years after secondary school. You know, there was no way I was going to go back. So I just took the biochemistry like that, hoping that I would succeed, you know. But I feel like if I didn't have to work hard, if I didn't have to do these other things I was doing on the side, I think I would have done well. You know, I think I would have done very well. But to be honest, if I stayed, I would have finished. But I was tired. I just couldn't continue because I hated what I was doing. Like, I didn't like it. When I doing all the hydrochloric acid in my head, I'm like, oh, please, I have a bride. Let me go and do her makeup. You know. So it was like I was wasting my time. That's why it's so important for people to realize where God is taking them quickly, so that you don't like waste the years making mistakes. But then again, mistakes are necessary. Mistakes are needed for you to actually hit that success mark. Because if I did not go through biochemistry, to be honest, I don't think I'll be here today. So I don't consider anything. I don't regret anything.
Yeah,
you know?
Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And I usually tell people I don't like to advocate for dropping out of school or not going to university, but I feel like you should always pray for God's guidance, because sometimes the school is not needed to achieve what you want to achieve, but sometimes you also need that school because it helps refine you.
Actually, not sometimes.
All the time.
Within school.
Within
right?
school, it helps refine
the only thing I don't
you.
have is the certificate. I went through 4 years in school.
Yeah.
Right.
But, you know, for other countries, I think they have, like, colleges where you go and you specialize in that thing that you want to do. Like, for example, if you had gone to university to study fashion design, you do understand.
If I had, I cannot go to a fashion school right now. What am I going to do there? Am I going to waste my time?
You are the fashion school now.
So, I mean, education is important.
Very.
We do not take it for granted in my family. My younger brother is studying in London right now, in the UK. If I didn't leave biochemistry to become a fashion designer, where you want to see road, take me to London. At least it's something we used to look back at when we were younger. We used to look at people, politicians send their children abroad, look at rich families that we know, they'll send their children abroad to school, and I was like, when it go reach our turn. So when I was able to send my brother to London to study, in my head I'm like, wow, me, we no finish school. Now me, they do this thing, you know?
Yeah.
So if education wasn't important, I would never put down money for that. But it's important.
It's very
That's why.
important,
But everybody's life journey is different.
different,
I've
yeah.
decided to embrace mine because it's part of my story. It's the beauty of my success story. I intend to go to school, do different courses, maybe this year. I have that in plans already. So I'm not going to come out here and tell you that, oh, don't go to school, ditch it. No. I needed to face what God had planned for me in order for me to be able to achieve the things that I really wanted to achieve that has made me so happy. And now I can pursue education as far as I want. I'm still very young. I'm going to be 30 this year.
Yeah.
So if I give it 5 years, I would get any degree I want to get and even an extra one.
Cool. So when did you actually start fashion design and why? Because you said that you didn't leave school because you wanted to start fashion, but along the line, you dabbled into fashion again. Was it because of the passion? And what were the steps you took to set up your brand that made it what it is today? Did you do anything different from what others were doing?
So again, I've told this story so many times. When I came back to Lagos, I wanted to continue makeup and hairstyling because that's what I was doing more in Akwa Ibom. So I wanted to continue makeup and hairstyling. But when I moved back, a lot of people were already doing makeup and hairstyling that I knew, and I'm very big on referrals. So if I'm making dresses for my friends, I expect that, people will see the dresses on them and they'll come to me. Or if I do your makeup, someone will see the makeup on you and come to me. But to be honest, almost all my friends were makeup artists. I still remember I had 4 friends that were very close. They were all makeup artists. And even if I have another one that's not a makeup artist, they had a friend that is a makeup artist. So I had to sit back and actually ask God to guide me, because I didn't want to start something that I would not really succeed at. That was the period when God directed my attention to fashion. That you've been creative from like a young age. Why not try this and see how it works? In my head, I'm still like, but money no did the thing, So I said, okay, let me just start. I remember waking up that morning. I already have the story out there on YouTube. I juggled to Forbes. I woke up that morning, took some money from the savings that I had, some money from my savings, and I went and got my industrial sewing machine. I cleaned up half of my mom's parlor and set the place up, and then I started. And another thing that really helped my fashion career is the fact that I was always very good with social media. So I didn't have to be pushed to post on social media. I already knew, for some reason, the right things to do without being taught. I already knew that, if you need to take pictures that will do well on social media, you have to actually take it this way. The background has to be nice, everything. I was very intentional. I've always been very intentional. That's why sometimes when people talk about how, she does too much, she did, I'm like, you don't understand. Is this doing too much that has brought me where I am today? Because I don't leave any stone unturned. Everything has to be perfect, and it has always been that way for me. So I would say some of the steps that I took would be determination, implementation, because I did not just determine to succeed. I implemented things that helped me to succeed, and consistency and hard work, because when I started, I did not stop. I kept going. Even when I had not seen results, I kept going and kept going and kept going for about, let me say, 2 to 3 months. I kept posting on Ashobi Bella. I kept tagging Ashobi Bella, tagging all the fashion blogs. I would type fashion on Instagram, all the blogs that it will bring out. If you go back and check my posts, the hashtags and the tags, I feel tag like 20 people. And there was no day that I thought that, you don't do, you never do. I knew that for you to, success does not come easy.
Yeah.
I had to keep going and keep going and keep going until one day I posted on Ankara outfits. They just started calling me that, they posted your clothes. Actually, Bella has posted. This one has posted. That was the day I started getting a lot. I was already getting a lot of orders, but not like I wanted. So I started getting like bigger clients, people that would reach me and be like, I go look the person in the US, I go look the person in the South Africa, I'll check the person is in London. What's going on? So I started getting clients even if the price was still obviously cheap when I started. But it didn't take more than 2 months after I became like a social media, started becoming a social media sensation, for my prices to start going up. It didn't take so long. You know, my prices were literally changing almost every month. Almost every month. From 8K, I started charging maybe like 30K in the space of 3 months, you know. So it was then that I now said that, and I realized that, there's money in this business like this. In my mommy's parlor in Nigeria, I'm making this money. Imagine I have my own shop that people can walk into. You know, so that also motivated me to keep going. And the reason why I feel like I lasted that long until, you know, the breakthrough came is also because I was passionate about the job and I was very determined to succeed at it. And I think another thing that also gingered me to succeed at that is also the fact that I had failed at finishing school. And I would say that that's like the first, and I don't want to say the only thing, but that's like the first thing that I've actually invested time into and actually did not succeed at. So for me, it was like, you don't fail. If you see me playing games, in like games where there's no award, the energy I bring to the game, you would think that there's somebody's life tied to it. That's the kind of person I am. So that really pushed me to decide that, I had to show my family that leaving school was not a waste. So that also gingered me to do well. Yeah.
That's interesting. So social media was a big part of your success.
Of course.
That was social.
Of course,
yes.
of course.
That's why you can't leave it now. Abi.
Leave it to where? Leave it to where? Some of my friends will be like, they won't make you leave social. And I say, me? Leave social media to where? How? Unless maybe, I don't even know. I don't know the thing. Maybe if they ban the internet. Because I don't know. Even if I don't have anything to post on social media, I will sit down and be discussing with my followers and we'll be gisting. There is always something to post. Why not? I'm a businesswoman. I can't leave social media.
But you seem to be very, very, very brand conscious, even when you started your Veekee James, because you said it yourself. Your mom was a tailor, but you became a fashion designer. You tried to brand.
Because I didn't want to be poor. I had to do it differently.
Yeah.
And growing up, I didn't really know the difference between being a fashion designer and a tailor. But I know that when I was young and my mom used to sew, my mom is very creative and very talented. Or let me just say very talented. So she was very good with the job. But I always used to wish that, the way she used to buy magazines and people would come and say, I want this style. I always used to wish that she would be able to create her own styles from scratch. So even when I was making dresses for myself growing up and my friends, I always made sure that I created a new design. I don't know. It's not as if I used to plan it. But like thinking back, many of the dresses I made were dresses that I actually sat down. I was just always drawing. And then I want to sew, I'll just carry one and sew. So it has always been there. It was now when I started fashion that I now actually saw, and now before I started, I actually had to look to see that if you want to be a fashion designer, then it means that you're an artist. It means that you have to create, you know. And because that has always already been a lifestyle for me, it wasn't hard for me to keep that as like a policy in my company that, if I'm making dresses, it has to be our designs. We can draw design inspirations from anywhere, you know, but there has to be something unique about the design that is spectacular to us. And because that is so important to me, it helped me to know that if at any point I copied or replicated any fashion designer's design or any work from anybody, they had to be credited for it because it is so important. It made me understand the importance of you actually sweating to create something and someone is just somewhere there stealing it for no reason.
That's interesting. All right. So you're making a whole lot of money from fashion design right now. What would be your advice to new fashion designers that are just coming up and looking up to you?
Okay.
What would be your advice?
To be honest, it's simple. Don't try to be anybody else. First of all, just do you. Don't try to be like Veekee James. Don't try to be like any other designer. Be yourself. And I'm sure that so many of them out there have seen this, like with my business and with my brand and even my personality. I do not try to be like anybody else. That's why, like, when people have things to say about me, I'm always like, nothing when I fit do. I know even fit try to change. I know fits because I can't be anybody else, and nobody else can be me. It's not easy to be me, to be this dramatic. It's not. If you're not there, you didn't there. So don't try to be anybody else. Be you and do you. Nothing beats that. You cannot pretend to be anybody else, but you can actually be your authentic self, and it would help you last long in whatever industry you find yourself. And be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent with everything, with your social media, with your design creation, with your quality of work. Be consistent. Don't be somebody that is good today, tomorrow you are bad. Find ways to keep improving. Prioritize value with your brand. Prioritize value. If it's not good, don't put it out. If it's not good, don't send it out. Unless it's a mistake, fine, you can always work around it, but don't compromise when it comes to value. Another thing I would say is don't allow yourself to be pressured by any other designer out there, because you know yourself, you know your source. Don't want to move faster than yourself. I remember when, like, I used to see people open their stores, in Ikoyi, in VI, in Veekee Phase 1. My office is in Chevron right now. We're moving to Lekki Phase 1 this year. But I've been in Chevron since 2020. And to be honest, it's not like I couldn't have moved, but there was really no need, because 80% of my clients are not in this country. So even in the office right now, we barely get walk-ins.
Okay.
But we ship out almost every day.
Yeah.
So what's the point? I should go and pay millions in Lekki Phase 1, like maybe triple of what I'm paying in Chevron to stay in Lekki Phase 1, so that there will be that leveling that, our office is in Phase 1, So apply wisdom. Don't be desperate to be where you shouldn't be at a certain time. And overall, there's so much I can say, but overall, make God the foundation of your life and of your business, because you cannot truly succeed at anything without God being the center. So overall, with every decision that you make with your business, make sure that you seek God's face all through. Yeah.
Okay. You just mentioned something that I want to quickly go back and touch on. You said that 80% of your clients are from
Outside of the country. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Who? Well, I don't know. I feel like
Price?
if you ask most people, they'll say, people, them over there, they earn in dollars. So by the time they convert it to naira, it will be cheaper for them. But we that are here, by the time we convert it, so maybe that is a factor. And right now, there are a lot of creative people here in Africa. So many creative people.
Yeah.
So even if someone had 10 to 15 million to pay you for a dress, there's a designer out there that is creative and also very talented that can try to create what you can create. And if the person is charging half of what you are charging, any Nigerian that is going through this economy would rather go to that person, which is a smart idea. There's no reason why you should spend that much if there's somebody else that can give you the same results, unless you're very big on branding, or you're very big on brand names, and you're very big on, like me, there are brands that have decided that, I don't have the money now, but when I have the money, I will wear it. You could be that kind of person, and that could be a reason. So like I said, there are a lot of talented designers here right now. So as opposed to outside of the country, like I don't know so many very talented designers outside of the country, apart from like the luxury designer brands, you know, those very big ones like them Gucci and Dior and the rest, and you know how much those ones charge and the rest. But like for people who actually do like our kind of African wears, you know, our kind of African wears, but they don't have so many people out there. And I mean, in comparison to how much of them we have here. So I feel like over here, people have more options, but over there, they really don't.
They don't. And then they get to see you, they get to admire your brand, and then they want to wear your brand. So it's another thing. Yeah. It's another thing to be out there. It's another thing to have a brand that people would be proud to say, I want to wear this brand. Yeah. So you were doing so well, fantastically well with your fashion design, and then all of a sudden, boom! What's the name of that girl that you used to transition into? So what inspired your transition into content creation?
Well, I've always been a content creator, to be honest.
Okay.
I've always created content. But what inspired me to do more content creation and become an influencer for brands is just the fact that I realized that I've actually been doing this thing for years. Why not make it official and actually do it professionally?
Okay.
That's actually what inspired me. You know, the fact that I realized that I've always done this. I could take it to the next level and be more intentional about the contents that I put out, as opposed to just taking pictures and doing videos. You know, I could be more creative, sit down, think of scripts with my team, act it out, and, you know, yeah, that's how I started. And also because it's something that I love to do. And I love to do things that make me happy. So when I create content, I put it, sometimes I just sit down and I'm watching my content and I'm just laughing. It makes me happy, so, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a very good reason if it makes you happy. Yeah, but were there any challenges transcending or going from fashion design to content creation? Yes, because whether you like it or not, I'm sure some people will be like, what's this girl doing to a brand? What's she doing to this classic brand, you know? So did you face that, and how did you handle it?
Of course I did face that. You know, I don't know about any other country because I live here in Nigeria, so I know Nigerians more. A lot of Nigerians are very used to wanting to put people in a box. You know, even when it's not their right to, it's not their place to, you know. I don't know you, you don't know me. What's your business with what I do? It will not affect you. If I fail in life, is it your business? I don't know if you understand. If I do something and I don't succeed at it, is it your business? I share my money with you. It's my family that should be more concerned, you know. And they know I have family. They know I have brothers. They know I have a mother. Her business is out there. They can see her that this woman, she's very business-minded. She's a church woman. So why do you think that I will not listen to my entire family if really they are really complaining like you people? I will not listen to them, then I will listen to you. Because if you really sit down like somebody that has work and you now think about it that because I'm a very busy person, let me just give this in a thought once. Then I now think about it that truly this person has family. Because when I see things on social media, that's what I think. If I see something on social media that to me it seems like okay, maybe this thing is off. But this person has family. The person definitely has people who love them. So I cannot love the person more than the person their people love them. I don't even know the person. For this person to have done this, there's a reason. Let me mind the business that pays me. But I get it that people, not everybody has that kind of mindset. Some people are very less busy. So this is how they keep themselves busy, you know, and occupied. So it's okay. You know, of course I faced all of that. I saw comments of people saying that, I thought she was a fashion designer. But I've been a fashion designer since. Many of you did not see come out. I will post. I will never see your comment on my fashion designing clothes. You have not patronized me before. You have not asked me how much. For you to even know if you can buy it. Even when I'm doing sales, you always to complain that, how did the money come down from 2 million to 500K? That's the worst they can do. They will not come and ask you that, please, can I pay instrumentally? Let me even know that, okay, you want to use 1 year to pay the money. That really, really you love me. So what really is the problem? I already know how Nigerians are and how human beings are. So I feel like the fact that I already know prepared me for what was coming and how to handle
Handle
it.
it.
I simply just mind my business and do what makes me happy. As long as I'm not offending my mother, I'm not offending my siblings. Like, there was something I was going to do this month. I was happy to do it because I love it. My friends were happy. My mother saying, lie. No way. I argue. She no agree. I come say, okay. My husband say, baby, since Momsy does not want, it's okay. We say, okay, we cancelled it. Because I cannot put something out there, I'm happy. My mother is not happy.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, it now made me realize that, true, some people are really not wise. So, just the realization of this would definitely help you or help anyone out there who is struggling with how to handle social media. We just realize that really, some people, they don't have work. It's what you are doing that is helping them have work to do. And it's actually good, for them to not just sit down and be less busy and they will not have work to do. Let me could be giving them work to do, it's okay.
But did it have any impact on your sales? Like, do you think that it affected your core target audience? I'm sure you didn't. That's why you didn't care.
Leader, but I like money.
I know.
You know. If anything is affecting my money, I will burn it with fire. I will bury it into the pit, close it and lock the key and throw it away. There's no way I would watch my business going down and I'll keep doing something. To be honest,
it helps.
Everything
right?
I do has only impacted my business positively.
Perfect.
The people who believe in my brand still believe in my brand. The people who patronize me still patronize me. And even better, my prices has never gone down. Instead, they keep going up. And we're still getting clients, to be honest. So at the end of the day, the truth is that it's not actually by my power or by anybody's power that you would succeed. No matter what you do, there will always be people that would stand for you. There will always be people that will say, I love her like that.
Yeah.
There are people who don't like my personality because they are not that kind of people. They are more laid back. They don't like drama. They like, demure things.
Yeah.
There are designers like that. Those are their target audience.
But even those ones
Not
can still
me.
patronize you if they love your design, because there's,
Of course,
yes,
they still do.
They still do.
Of course. I have clients that will tell me that, I wish I could do like you, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm in Jabiri, they call it introverted, extroverted.
Introvert.
I don't know the meaning. I used to see it. They've said that me, I'm extroverted. My husband is introverted. If only they know, So I have customers like that will be like, I used to see the things you do. I love the content. But you see them, they're not people who can do that, but they love it. But there are people that, see, Linda, people are going, the truth is that you have to realize that people are going through stuff in life.
Yeah.
You cannot be overly happy. Some people don't want happiness around them. And there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you come on social media, you laugh too much. People are sad in their houses. And which is okay. Not everybody can be happy for you. You take your victories, count the losses, and see which one is more, and you balance it. So I can't help how people think. I wish I could, to be honest. I want people to be happy, but there's nothing I can do. If you've decided that you can never be happy in life, I cannot help you. And your sadness cannot affect my own happiness. Because me, as I'm like this, even if I don't have one error in life, happiness is my watchword. That's the only way I succeed and live. So it's okay.
So how has your content creation, how is it going now? There's the business of content creation, there's the business of fashion, and already you're influencing for brands. At least I instigated one.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So how is the business going? How has it been working with other brands? You being a brand yourself, having a business. Before it's hard when they know that you have your own business. So brands will be like,
Yeah.
But now you can have your own business and still be influencing for other. So how has that been, and has it been working for you?
It's honestly been amazing. It's been really, really, apart from the fact that it's stressful because I have to do all of these things on the side and then come back to create content. It's really stressful, but I've found a way to enjoy myself while I'm doing all of these things. And also because, like I said, everything that I've decided to do, I set my mind to do, I make sure that I do it well. And because of how I work, because of level of excellence. I feel like I'm an excellent person. Because of my level of excellence and and because of the fact that I'm a perfectionist when it comes to anything I do, it helps me to do my content creation really well. I don't just come out there and just do basic content for brands. I sit down to actually think about it and do it like it is my own. You know, no matter how much you pay me, even if I decided to do content creation for you for free, I would do it like you paid me. Because I will not come out and tell the world that they did not pay me. That's why I did it like this. Another brand that wants to work with me will look at it and say, she didn't really do this one well. I wouldn't want that for my brand.
Yeah.
You know, so I put all of this into consideration, and that helps me to make sure that I put out good content and make sure that I build good relationship with brands. It's been amazing. Yeah.
So what's the best brand you've worked with so far? Can you answer that question? Okay, so what content would you say has been the best so far? Like you didn't expect it to go far, but it actually surprised you.
I won't say it's a content. I
Okay.
would call it a project. It will
Okay.
be my short film, From Ajugular to Forbes.
Okay.
Not just because it has surpassed 1 million views on YouTube, but also because it has inspired so many people. Till today, I still get people stop me on the road, you know, telling me about how, that film has really motivated me to keep going. I almost gave up. It has motivated me to, you know, keep going and keep pushing. I'm waiting for my own success story and all of that. So that would be the one. But for like Instagram content, there's one I did with my husband on the bus. That content did really, I think that's the content that had the most engagement last year. The one where we were doing the conductor thing.
I am sure it's because people were surprised by the way your
a
husband
lot
acted.
a lot of people loved it. Nobody would believe that was just one take. Like we're shooting a
really?
content, and we just said, let's go. Then myself and my team just said, let's shoot a content. I said, what should we do? Oh yeah, you be Oga wife, Oga na conductor, Oga na driver. Yeah, me will run am
On the spot.
On the spot, one take.
Wow.
One take, no repetition. My assistant is here; she can testify.
Wow.
One take, and that's the person. That's the person that the person that would have made a mistake would be me. He did it perfectly well. Even me, I was shocked. I know I know that he can do anything that he like, as long as we are doing it together and we decide to do it together.
Yeah.
But I was so shocked, and that's one content that still kills me. Like when I look at it, I'm like, hey, he's still funny, die.
So
Yeah.
you guys decided to do content as a business together too, right?
Well, I don't think that's how we started off.
Okay.
We're just doing content for fun because we liked it, you know, because we liked it just for fun. It just spices up our relationship as well. Like when we're less busy, we decide on what kind of content we should do. It's fun, it's beautiful, we record it, I post it on social media. But after a while, brands started reaching out to us to do things together. Who will say no to money? We will not.
Yeah.
So that's how we started. Yeah.
She took a seat amongst all the other mini-gods and asked, "Who are you? Why are you here?" And when it got to the writer's turn,
I'm a music producer.
I'm a content creator.
I'm a TikToker.
What? Look, I need more time to finish. Please!
Calm down. We are not your clients. We just want to know what you do.
Well, I'm a graphic designer. Please, I need more time to finish.
Mad.
I'm a professional model and costume designer.
You, what do you do?
I dance.
Mad.
And you, Mr. Maxman, what do you do?
I'm a madman.
Are you here because you don't fit into society?
Yes, I'm not here because the society do not fit into.
Like the society.
When are they sharing the food? You shall be society carry me come here. You shall be fit into.
So how is it been working with your husband in terms of content creation? Do you worry, you know, because I know a lot of people be like, oh, you guys are oversharing, you know, it's too much. So how do you react to that?
To be honest, it's been amazing. It's been so sweet. At first, when we started getting all the lashes from social media, oh, this man is a quiet man. Don't bring him out. Keep him inside. anything where they hide, then they last. I've seen marriages that did not make it to social media that did not last for 1 month.
Of course.
Yeah. I've seen so many things, not just marriages, so many things that people hid that didn't last. I feel like I'm a big believer of like spirituality and the whole what needs to be kept. And I think what people don't know is that they think they know everything about people, but they actually don't. What do we put on social media? Content that we actually plan to put on social media. Content that we've sat down to say, babe, there's this content that's coming out. Let's do. My husband will send me content that say, babe, we have to do this challenge. We'll now say, okay, let's tweak it, or let's do it the same way. We actually plan to do it. Or aside from maybe the ones that we don't plan, maybe I'm surprising him or he's surprising me, right? Apart from those ones, I don't know a content that we didn't plan to post. We have things that we do in our life. There was a time that we recorded about 5 to 6 contents in one day. And for the next 3 weeks, we were posting that content that we created in one day. But people were pressed about the fact that we're posting too much. They know everything that's happening in our life. Content we shot in one day. I feel like the reason why we've been able to go through it effortlessly is the fact that now we know the thing where they happen for house. Una we dey outside, na instigation una they do. Do you understand? Like, you're only, is what you are saying. And it does not actually make sense to me, because why would you think we're putting our full life out there? Did we show you where we're having our bath? Did you show you where we are brushing our teeth? After we finish, when I'm giving my husband breakfast, did I show you? When I'm giving him lunch, did I show you? When I'm giving him dinner, did I show you? When they did something that got me upset and maybe I'm quarreling with him, did I show you? What of when he did the same thing? Did I show you? Or when we are happy, so happy that sometimes we're even so happy that on the bed we are behaving like children. Did I say if I show you that one, you just faint? Because I've not even shown you anything. You say I've shown you. I've not shown you. If I show you 100 of our life, that means some people will just faint. And to be honest, it's because of my love for them. The heart that God has given me. the heart of the Lord. If not, because no, if you look at the response, you will not imagine that. What if I now actually say I should just, let's actually do, maybe let's do a reality show for a week. That means every day we enter skelter. We not go sleep. We go just they look, they say, waiting they sup. You know, so just the realization of the fact that even myself with my team, they will just be like, the other day my assistant asked me, but can I be commenting on these blogs? I said, my dear, don't worry. Because now then they see what they happen for house. So sometimes to them they're like, are these people okay? You know. So just the fact that we know that, true, the heart of man is desperately wicked. Because there's no reason why people are happy, you are angry. You want us to come out and cry. The other day I saw a video trending on social media of a man pressing his phone as his wife is doing birthday. Did you see the video? No. They are singing happy birthday for his wife.
Okay, and he was
the wife was cutting the birthday. Yeah. Just like 2 minutes for you to follow your wife and sing and cut the cake. He was pressing the phone. There are lots of things that would have been happening. Yeah. Maybe there was a life-threatening thing that was going on with the phone. But with his expression, you can tell that's not the case. Maybe in a money matter, but I don't see the money that's more important than the wife's whatever. Okay. Now, Nigerians were not happy. They left so many comments attacking the man that he does not love his wife. If now Mr. Terren now carry me for head as they cut the cake, they will complain. They will say, in the house, it's not like this. I say, why people complain? What do people want? If we come out now and we do video and it's burning, they will say, we talk sadness everywhere. Linda, no, you now tell me, how do you expect me to see this kind of people with this kind of mindset and now be worried when I have better things to do in my life? People that don't know where they want to stand. Do you like love or you don't like love? Do you like happiness or you don't like happiness? Choose one. If you don't like happiness, let's know. True. If I really know that Nigerians don't like, if I really know, if I see signs that people don't like love, you don't like romance, you don't like happiness, you don't like when people are happy, true. Not like you are pretending, some of them it's because they don't have it.
Which is okay. You don't have something. To be honest, if you want to have that thing, you will love people's own.
Yeah.
You will wish them well.
Yeah.
And you will wait for God's time, which is what I did. I used to see people do love now. I thought I'd be married like 24. I married for 29 years, then they vex. You say I can't marry that time, uncle. If you want that kind of thing, it's the hatred is not really true. Just that God has not given you your own, or you have not really listened to God to give you your own. If God give you your own, will your mouth change? Is the question.
Yeah.
If you know that God give you your own, your mouth will not change. And Nigerians actually show me that if God give them their own, they will not change. Trust me, we will change our script of content. We'll be putting out sad. No, because we want them to be happy. But the truth is, for now, I've not realized true that they don't like it. What I've just seen is that they don't know where they want to stand. So if they choose to take a stance, we don't like love. They see love, they attack it. Not that they see love here today, because they feel like, oh, the person is so person's son. The person is a politician's son. Because of that, you know that many of them are clouded by money. Many Nigerians are, once to them, they are sure that this one, like now, you cannot see an autonomous child and not know that money is flowing. Because we all know.
Yeah.
It's already there.
It's
Unlike like some people that you can't see their account. So you are not really sure. In your head, this one, I'm not too sure. I'm not talking about that. For them, play love like that, in that kind of scenario where it's glaring that, oh, there's money. The love will be sweet in Nigerians' eyes. Yes. Play that kind of love. Be like a popular person that they love. They know that money, private jets, Rolls Royce, everything. Many young people in our generation are clouded by money, that they cannot even see beyond it. So even if the love is not there, they will see it. You will see them commenting things that, see chemistry now. See the real chemistry. You're now looking at, so true chemistry, no, they're my own. Now biology, logic, they're my own. You know. So, like I said, Linda, if I want to stay here, we got this tomorrow. But just to round it up, what helps us to keep going is the fact that we have sat down to actually understand how people think. Apart from the fact that the Bible already shows us that not everybody will be happy for you. People will come for you when things are when they feel like things are happening for you and it's not happening for them. You know, and like I said before, the heart of man is desperately wicked. We know all of this. And what helps us to just ignore them and keep doing what makes us happy, because that's the only thing that matters to us, our happiness. Yeah. You know, as long as we're not offending God or offending our family, nothing else matters, to be honest.
It's nice to see that you don't let it affect you, though.
You know, affects me, my sister. You know they affect me, and I pray it will never, ever affect me.
Great. But you're doing a lot, though. You're a musician, though, right?
I am, even if that's somehow like on the low right now.
Yes. Fashion designer, content creator, actor, a lot. And now you already have another business with your husband.
Yeah.
How do you guys manage all of this? Where is the time? Where is the energy?
My sister. My dear sister. Let me just give you a run through of what I did this week. In the last 2 days. 2 nights ago, we had a photo shoot for CreativiTEA that took the whole day. We got home at 4 a.m. I had to wake up for consultations the next day, which was yesterday. I got to the office at 11. I left the office at like 7:30 or 8. Then I got home. That was when I remembered that I had your podcast today. I thought I was going to rest today. To be honest, I wouldn't have rested. I would have done content for brands.
It's true.
Tomorrow I have consultations again.
Wow.
Sunday I have something else. The truth is that there's no logic or a timetable to how we manage all these things. It's just we just do what needs to be done at a certain time. I had to be at the office yesterday for my clients for the fashion brand. I had to be there. There's no two ways about it. Today I had to be here to do this with you. That's why I'm here. I'll go home. There's no food at home. I will cook for my husband because my husband go chop. Family go eat. I'll sleep or wake up. I'll go to the office again tomorrow. This weekend I think we have a photo shoot again. We will get it done. You know, we just do what has to be done at a certain time. Like there are no excuses, even if we can't catch enough sleep. And they talk and say, now who get money? Now they sleep. So all this money where they say we get. Or
Yes,
say
now because I wanted to tell
I
you
not
that.
get, oh. I not get, oh. Now who get money, they sleep.
Because when you were classifying people, they think these people are like, Veekee, but
Me?
everybody thinks you are
I don't
very
get any
rich.
money, oh. See me, oh. She. I not get the money I'm looking for. Oh. God, Linda. When I get it, you will know. When I get that money. You guys are going to even drag myself. I go say, this one, babe, because I'm angry for this dragging, let's just travel. When we reach there, we off our phone, throw it away. We'll now stay for like a week. We'll refuel. Then we'll come back, we'll buy another phone. Straight. Then we come back again. They verse us again. We go to Miami. They verse us again. We use another 1 week here. I don't have money, oh. That's how I'm doing all this, pushing my brand with all my strength, pushing it. I say, these ones, they don't know why they think it's easy. It's not easy to create content, oh.
Of course.
It's hard.
Yeah.
There are times I want to just drop my phone and sleep. My sister now get money, they sleep. If I get the money, where they find? I never see them. If I see them, if it touch my hand, if half of it touch my hand, I promise them I will stay away from social media for 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks. I cannot do more than 2 weeks. No matter the money, I cannot pass 2 weeks.
Have you ever taken a break from social media since you started?
Not be only. Yeah, they break. You know they see Elon Musk every day, they tweet. Upon the money when the man gets. Break for where? Every day, everywhere I'm seeing Elon Musk, everywhere. The man are like, this man has money. I feel like I'll be like that. Actually, I'm lying. I might not take any 2 weeks break. Even in that place, I'm saying that if we're angry too much, we'll just go and throw away our phone. We'll not throw it away. We're going to do content. To be honest, I've never taken a break. And maybe soon, Sha. I don't know yet. I've not entered the next phase of life yet.
Yeah.
Where I'll start having children. Maybe when that phase reaches, I don't know what comes with that. Maybe you get the kind of tiredness where I feel tired. But I doubt. Because instead of being to go off, I will carry that baby and say, sit down here. Create this content with mommy. Create it. Cannot come and kill me. So that's just to let the public know that, please. You delete your Instagram. Or you start loving me now. Or if you don't want to love me, no problem. Block me. I know they go anywhere. But the problem is that even if you block me, you catch me somewhere.
Abby?
So you catch me. Even if you don't see me, other people will post. It's as if they don't post me, their page does not do well. I don't understand. So even if you block me, you still see me. For some reason, I'm always everywhere. You see me. So just force yourself to like me. If you cannot beat them, you join them.
Say force yourself to like me.
Please, just try.
Okay. Before I ask the house if they have more questions for you, one last question. You're very, very vocal about your Christianity.
Of course.
Which is good. And we're seeing a lot more celebrities doing that now, which is also good. But sometimes it's hard to tell which one is genuine and which one is not. But it's okay, provided you are praising God. Provided you are praising God, Abby. But what I wanted to ask you is, do you face any challenges, right, being a Christian or being vocal about Christianity in the entertainment industry?
My sister, the challenge where I face. I face challenges upon challenges. You already know that me, because I'm a fashion person, people expected that now that I'm more vocal about my faith and all of that, there's a certain way that I'm meant to look.
That's what a lot of
You know
people
that in
would
this
think.
our side of Christianity, if you have no wear turtleneck, if you have not wear turtleneck, if you have not wear boo-boo or pleated skirts, if you have not wear maybe fascinator, and I don't mean the person to wear, all those other types. You are not a Christian. No. No, you are not. You are not a Christian. You will see me now. I wear a nice dress. Nice fitted dress. Beautiful. Covered though. They will say, Jesus baby my foot. This one, a daughter of Zion. Which of the Zion? I could go and they ask my husband, say, baby, which of the daughter I be? Somebody commented on my page. Say Jesus baby in the morning. So say that Jezebel I be what in the evening. I say what I be for afternoon. Because only morning or evening you tell me. So there's a certain way that people have, I don't know, there's a certain kind of stereotype that Nigerians or like Africans, people in this our side, there's a way that they've made Christianity to be. And they expect that anybody that comes out to the public to say, I stand for Christ, there's a certain way that you should look. My Bible tells me otherwise. And that's what I follow. I don't care about what anybody thinks about Christianity. Especially because people are hypocrites. And a lot of people don't have the fear of God in them enough to actually tell when people are just putting up a front. And they're so used to that hypocritism that they expect everyone to be the same way. Because I'm not wearing big clothes does not mean that I'm not a child of God. What is even your business with how I look? If truly I have Christ in me, he will tell me when I'm wrong. What you should do as a true believer is pray for me. If you think that I'm going south, that the Holy Spirit that is supposed to be living inside of me, because as Christians, once you accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, the Holy Spirit is in you. Mm-hmm. So, what you should do as a true believer, who wants me to do well? Because unless you are attacking me because you don't want me to be, maybe you are dragging the mansion in heaven, you don't want me to be there. So it will reach you. But the God I serve has many.
Yeah.
Maybe the place, you will think I will occupy it too much. Because if you are fighting for my salvation, you should not be tearing me down. No. You know, you should be hoping and praying, encouraging me to continue to grow in the faith. I'm not everybody's faith journey is different.
It's different, yeah.
Once people accept Christ as their personal Lord and Savior, there's a journey that they need to go through. But you will see Nigerians. That's how they posted one time. As a certain secular artist gave her life to Christ. Immediately I saw it, I was so happy. And I just said a word of prayer in my heart for her, that I just pray that God would help her, give her the grace to stay in the faith. You will read comments. People are there saying that, this one where you say you don't accept God and you still wear this kind of clothes. Would the person automatically remove the clothes? Would the person not have to actually go through a phase to the place where the person is able to hear God tell them what is right from what is wrong? They actually have to learn to hear God speak to them. So for everybody, it's a journey. Now, there's really nothing I can do about what people think about my faith in God. At the end of the day, salvation is personal.
It's personal, yeah.
Salvation is personal. And like I said, when I was making references to the fact that if I fail in life, is it you is affecting? If I don't make heaven, we all know that heaven is the goal. That's the race that we are pursuing. If I say that I'm following Christ and I'm doing things a certain way, showing Christ to the world, hoping that souls will be won for Christ, which is my primary assignment as a child of God, doing all of these things to make sure that God is proud of me. And you think that because I wore a clothes that showed my figure that God gave to me, because today they don't agree that this body is God that gave it to me. So it's okay. There's nothing I can do about that one. Not many of them, they are the doctor that did the body. Many of them, they followed me to the hospital when I was doing it. Many of them. They knew me when I was growing, that everywhere was straight. So now that I've not given my life to Christ, I'm supposed to hide the body. How? I will not stop showcasing my designs. I will not stop being creative with my designs. I always used to wear dresses that show some parts of my body when I had not, like, come out to say, okay, I'm standing for Christ and all of that. I did not intentionally start covering up because of anybody. I did it because it was my decision to do this for God. It does not mean that if I see people dressing a certain way outside, I will judge them. Their assignment in life is different from mine. Their race in life is different from mine. And I will not expect that they will be judged differently or that they will go to hell because I dress more covered up than them. I don't know their race in life. I don't know if they've heard about Christ. Because to be honest, the only way that you can even be judged to not making heaven is if you have been told about Christ so much that you have heard about him and you are still adamant to choose the devil instead of choosing Christ. There are actually people who have not really, really heard the truth about Christ. And that's what I think that the world needs to know. And now, there are a lot of Christians out there that are supposed to make these people feel the love of God. Because that's what God is, love. But what they see most Christians do, I've seen pages where people say that, even if I want to be a Christian, why would I want to be a Christian if you are like this? And it's the truth. Because that's what Christianity has come to. Where people now put themselves as the judge over God, where they now judge people. And it's not something that we can really help. I think us knowing God for ourselves is very important. And understanding the word of God for ourselves is very important. I know the things that I need to do if I really, really want to make eternity. And that's what I'm doing. And every day I hope to be better in my faith. I hope to continue making God proud. Every day I pray, I ask God, God, please, if there's anything that I'm doing that you need me to do better at, please show me. I might not see it immediately. Maybe I'm carried away with so many things and I can't see it right now. But I know that if there's anything that I'm doing, there are phases that I'm going through in life that and as long as I'm trusting God throughout the process, he will keep teaching me. But I'm never going to let myself... I'm never going to be ashamed of my face or become less vocal about my face because of how I think that people see me. It's not my business. There's nothing I can do about that. God will make me fashion designer. You know what they do. I will dress up. There's sometimes that no matter how covered up you are, some people be like, this flamboyant dressing as a Christian is too flamboyant. This one is not figure. It's too much. I thought as you gave your life to Christ, you will become more... I'll wear blonde hair. They will say, this color of hair for a daughter of Zion. Those are the people you want me to be worried about. Those ones, they don't know God. It's as clear as that. Because the God I know is not like that. It's not like that.
Yeah, very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing, Veekee.
Thank you, Linda.
And I know you said it before, that you don't have any problem with sharing. There are a lot of people out there that were like, oh, there's some things I can't say. But it's like anyway, you're saying the truth. You're not even oversharing. There are a lot of things that you're not sharing with the public.
Of course.
You decide to share what you want to share.
Of course.
And please don't do like Veekee if you don't have her skin, oh. Because some celebrities, they don't read comments, but from talking to
I used
you
to read
now,
Yeah.
and it doesn't affect you. So if you're not like Veekee, you don't have her skin, please.
I will read because if I actually want to conquer these people, because they are my own spiritual problem. No, people have spiritual problem from the village. People have. They are my own. The village ones. To be honest, like I feel like God has taken care of it. But you see, right now, social media, the people there, those ones, they're my own spiritual problem. So I cannot run away from it. It's just like, you know that the devil is coming. You want to keep running away from the devil instead of attacking him spiritually. I attack them spiritually. I put them in my prayers. Yes. I put them in my prayers. You know, and it's not like putting them in my prayers to say, God, attack them. It's to say, God, give me the grace to continue to stand firm with what I do or in anything I do. So I intentionally actually read comments. I read it. I will know the ones to block. Because some of them are pretenders. You see them outside that they'll come and hug you. But on social media, they're tearing you down. You know, I intentionally take my time to read, just also to help me. The thick skin where I get now, it was never like that. I had to. Because not be me then go put for depression. I had to. I see people say, no, I cannot go on social media now because they are dragging them. I will go. As they're calling me. In fact, when my people said it to me, I've already seen it. Some of them will be shocked that they are with me, like I'm with you, we are happy. You are seeing something on social media that is supposed to have broken me down, and I'm here laughing with you. And you're showing me, I'm like, it's not this blog that posted it. My friends, they're tired of me. They'll just be like, how you did do am? I say, nah, God. Nothing else. So if you feel like you're not the kind of person that can actually do that, fine. The truth is that once you've decided to be on social media or be a sensation on social media or become famous or become popular, people will definitely have opinions about you. Not everybody will have good opinions. You have to accept the good ones and be able to face the bad ones. Not everybody will like. If everybody too like you too, you know good. It means that you know they do something well. Then they drag me so that I go, no. Because the good thing is that I actually sit down to actually look at the ones that maybe it might make sense. Maybe it's constructional criticism, how they call them. Say when they don't drag you finish, you where all those celebrities that used to come out and reply them. After dragging celebrities, like everyone can clearly see that you are dragging them for a bad cause, not because you want them to do well. You're just dragging them because maybe you don't like the fact that you're not them, or you're just jealous. You are dragging them. When they now reply, you now say, accept constructional criticism. So let me check to see if there's anyone that actually has constructional criticism. And now the thing?
Constructive.
No, not talk since. Not talk the constructive. I've told you people that did not finish school. They've told you people that they've told you people I did not collect certificates. They've told you people I grew up in Ajegule. So if I not get the English right, you already know why. Anyways, constructive criticism. So I check to see, just in case there's any way that I need to do better. And then I take those ones and I do better. The ones where I don't say, hey, these ones, they'll be all right.
But you still have a lot of love on social media.
Of course I do.
Yes,
VJ Army, they stand firm for their commandant. I do.
Great.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any questions?
I have question, no.
Yes. Wanted to say like a big congratulations to Veekee James. I think first of all, because in the fashion space, I think because of there's a whole lot going around Veekee James. We've not been able to digest your impact. At the end of the day, the fashion world has been like very big because not just because of you, but the way you've intentionally just create a standard, try to be creative, and that has not been the focus. But let's just say just for the record, here we're trying to give you your flowers because you've done a lot. You've made sure that the standard is high. But I think it's not being mentioned enough. It's not being focused. That's not being focused. And I think it's because of all of this, other things.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned intentionality in what you do, and then you've mentioned happiness. How much is it like intentional? Because when you're intentional, you've been strategic. Then how much is like this is just naturally me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes that it could be confusing whenever you're doing all of that. The audience is actually maybe sometimes not seeing that you're just being happy doing you, right? Sometimes they just feel like it's strategic, and then it might throw off some people, And just sitting down here, we're seeing so much naturality in you right now. But that's the thing that people don't see, But you also mentioned that it's intentional, So how much of that, balance?
Well, how do I answer this now? I mean, the fact that I'm happy, to create content and do some certain things when I'm creating the content, for the fun of it, because I'm enjoying it, does not mean that, I'll put out all of it out there if it's not going to make sense with the content that we're creating. So that's where the intentionality comes in. So let's say maybe I'm creating the content with my husband and we're happy doing it, obviously. Or let's say, for example, we'll put out a content that is about 1 minute, 30 seconds. To be honest, before we achieve that 1 minute, 30 seconds, we've shot for like 20 minutes. Or shot for like 10 minutes. There's a lot of fun moments in the content. There's a lot of amazing things that we'll put out there. It will be so funny. People watch it and be laughing. But if that's not the purpose of the content, of course, all of that needs to be taken out for the perfection of the idea of the content to come out. So let's say there's meant to be like punchlines, or there's meant to be like certain things that has to be in the content that would stand out. We want people to be more focused on this more than the fun of it. I want people to be more focused on this aspect of the brand or this aspect of the content, more the story we're trying to tell, more than the happiness that is behind the content creation. And the truth is that the whole happiness or enjoyment that is within us when we're doing the content is what makes the actual content very interesting and perfect. So at the end of the day, I think that's when our editing comes in, and that's where like there's a balance, because we have to put out what needs to be put out, you know, and I think that's what media is, to be honest. People need to see what they need to see for the purpose of the content to be achieved.
Yeah.
If this is what will make this content have enough engagement for my social media to do well, which as a brand influencer, you must have a social media that is doing well, not just with followers, with engagement, with views, with comments. That's how you get brands come to work with you, because that's what the media is. And so many people don't understand how media works. And when they say PR, anyway, before I really got into content creation and understood how to use social media, how to get people hooked on your content, whether it be that they're hooked on it because they want to say something negative or positive, the truth is that you can't only have positive comments or positive engagements on your social media, because then it means that something is wrong, you know. There has to always be that balance. Not everybody has to love what you put out there, and that's what also helps the content. To be honest, there's some things I'll leave in my content that could have easily been taken out, but there's a reason it's there. Not everybody will come and say, "Oh my God, this is beautiful." There has to be a balance. If you go on you go to check maybe reviews. If I'm traveling out and I want to check reviews of hotels or Airbnbs, and all the reviews there are good comments, I will not book that Airbnb, because I'll feel like they're forged.
Yeah.
Yes, because not everybody will definitely love the service that you offer. There are people that will not like it for no reason. So for it to be genuine, or for it to actually be genuine, not because you want to paint it to be genuine, everybody cannot think the same way. So there's some things I want to put in my content. My people will be like, "Are you sure I should not take this out?" And one or two persons will reason with me and be like, leave it there. That's what adds spice to the content. Do you get me? So I think it has to do with understanding how the media works. And it's just like how they say, when you're in Rome, act like the Romans. When you're on the media, act like the media. As long as it's not negatively tearing you down.
Yes,
as long as you're achieving the goal. I mean, not like you're coming on social media to do things negatively because you want the attention. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? But when you're strategically putting out content and you want to be successful at content creation as an influencer, you have to be more creative with the way you put out your content. You can't just put out cliche content that anybody that thinks regularly will post. Creatives are meant to think differently from every other person. Fine, you want to showcase, you want to advertise this clothing brand. Any other person could just come out and just dance. Everybody look over my post the dress and leave. I could decide that, okay, before I post this clothing brand, there's something I want to do that has nothing to do with the clothing, you know, that will get people hooked and want to watch it, which is what will make them buy the clothes. And if you're an influencer, your content is not helping the brand you're influencing for, what's the need of that? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Again, you know, it's almost like perfection when you are Veekee James, a fashion, and then Veekee James, a marketer. You know, a lot of people struggle with that, you know, and since it comes natural to you, you know, it's mind-boggling. Like, people wouldn't understand it. Like, you know, you do it effortlessly and you're happy doing it and everything, you know. But then, you know, there are just a lot of people out there that are struggling because they don't have this personality. You know, it doesn't come natural. You know, do you think that they need to? It's very, very important. They need to find their own niche. I mean, everybody's struggling with it, you know. And I feel like sometimes that's where the whole jealousy could come when it comes to you. I know that I'm not a hater, but I'm not your hater. But I know that there was one time I saw one of your content, and I was feeling bad, like, I can't do this. It just sometimes it's not like hating. It's
yes, it's not.
It's just looking at yourself and like, I really can't do it. How do you guys do it? So I don't know. I feel like how do you help? What can you advise people?
To be honest, that when I was advising fashion designers, when you asked about what I think they should do, I said, you have to be yourself and not try to be anybody else, and find your personality and what is unique to you. I believe that everybody has a unique personality, and there's an audience for everybody. So I think, first of all, that's what influencers out there should put at the back of their mind. You cannot be anybody else. You can't. It's not possible. There was a time when I wasn't having this much engagement on my page. Of course, I wasn't very intentional about my content creation. That's also something. But there's never been a time where maybe I saw somebody else's content and I'm like, oh, let me try to do it like this person. So I think, first of all, find your unique self, and then find how to maximize that side of you. I've always been a very outspoken person, very, very dramatic. I am so extra. I'm so extra that if I like something, I can, let's say I like food, I can eat that food every day for the next 6 months. And I overdo things. I do things too much. That there was a time where when I speak, if I never shout, I never talk. If I have not raised my voice, that somebody at the other side will be like, is she fighting? Until they now see my face, and I'll be like, okay, she's just talking. I had to actually learn to bring down my voice so that it's not that when I'm talking to somebody that does not know me, they'll feel like I'm fighting.
Yeah.
And I see comments from people a lot on social media sometimes. Maybe people that because people who don't know me since, they don't already know. So as if they see me talking like, oh, so, the way that things should be done. So just imagine that Linda posts this video and I'm like, so guys, the reason why I started fashion designing is actually because I really, really wanted to succeed. The way they will drag me. The people that know me, they'll say, Veekee. Veekee, nah, do you. It's very, very, very important. And like I said, there's an audience for everybody. So I think what people should do is find their unique self. Know what works best for them. Then you have to test your audience. See, what are the things that you can do that you have not tried doing before? Try doing them. To you, it might not make sense. You might watch yourself and be like, hey, what's in be this one? You can do it, but to you, you've not come to the realization of the fact that people will love this thing. You can never know until you actually put out those contents. It's until you put out those content and see the feedback from people that you will start knowing what are the things that people like to see from me. And once you start realizing that, okay, people like it when I do this more, people like it when I talk this way, people like it when I do, not like you're talking in a certain way that's not you, but people just like this aspect of you. People like you being this way. People like it when you're, there's a popular influencer, Nara, that makes food from scratch on social media.
Yeah.
I don't talk like that, but I love her and her content. That's when she just bring the plate down to it like this slowly. She'll pick the thing like this slowly. It's beautiful. I can never try to do that. Yeah. It's not in my person. Even sometimes when my team is like, oh, Miss Veekee, do it like this, do it like. When I do it, I go just bust laugh. I go say, what's in this? Because that is not me. Yeah. It does not mean I don't love it when other people do it. And that's what makes them unique. So I believe that every influencer should find what makes them unique, expand on it, test your audience to see how they will respond to the different sides of you. Now start acting on them. If I posted Otobong and people did not respond to it well, I will not post it again. I will not. Like now I'm already working on a series for Otobong. It's already like in plans because I know that people love the Otobong character. Yeah. If I posted it and my fans are like, I beg, Veekee, this Otobong will no enter. I will just be like, whoa. Now the fans, they watch Otobong, they one side. I move on to the next, Yeah.
Are you satisfied?
Yeah, that's it. Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. You all have a question?
All right. Okay, so I think my question will be about how you've been able to maintain your your brand. So it's very easy, or it's very typical of people to get carried away when they start venturing into like a lot of things. So you started from fashion designing. For fashion designing, you got into content creation, and now you're like a brand influencer. At least I know for Viva. A brand ambassador for Viva. Okay,
A brand ambassador, please.
a brand ambassador for Viva, right? So it is very easy for people to get carried away that they forget the initial thing that brought them to that social media. But you have stayed regardless. Like, you're still in that fashion. I know that there's the money part, like you've emphasized a lot of times. But then there's still the strategy part of it that I feel like I would still want to know that, okay, why exactly am I not... As much as people know you as a content creator, I promise you'll be fine without the fashion designing. Because I know that you will still have the fame without the fashion designing and the publicity. But you see, there's still that part of you that says, okay, I'm a designer, and that's it. If I'm doing my content, I'm doing my content. There's no way I will see you do a get ready with me and I will not admire your clothes because I already know you to be this kind of person. So what exactly do you think has helped you maintain that brand standard that you have not been carried away like for the most part of the times you've been here?
So, when I started my fashion brand, and when my fashion brand started to blow up, and I was sure that this is it, this is it. I'm doing this for life. Maybe because that foundation started from my mom being a tailor, I already decided that I'm building a brand that my children will grow up to meet and continue. I decided that this is going to be a household name, like a brand that even when I have great-grandchildren, they would continue to hear the Veekee James name and continue to keep it going. And again, like I said, I don't like to do something and fail at it. I cannot invest so much of my fashion brand is my baby. I don't think there's anything that can supersede it. Nothing. I don't know anything that comes before my fashion brand. And the only reason I'm able to do all of these things that I'm doing is because it has never been my plan to only be a fashion designer. I've always been one to do so many things. I only invested 5 years of concentrating into fashion because of how big I want it to be. And to be honest, I'm not even there yet. So there's still so much in works that when people are saying that, they sew clothes again, in mind I'm like, if only you know my plans for the Veekee James brand. If they know it, I don't think many of them would. I think they will stop asking me that question because many of them that don't even like me would not want the brand to get there. But at the end of the day, it's not by their power. So I think it's that intentionality of building a brand that will stand the test of time that has kept me going. Yeah, and like I said, fashion designing is my baby. And I don't know the content creation that can make me stop fashion designing. I don't know the money I will see. Because that's a brand that in the next 5 years, I'm seeing myself making one dress for $100,000, if not more. One dress. So, which content creation? One dress. I don't know. The content creation that will come, that I will do, maybe I can do $500,000 for one brand. Maybe not like a year contract. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That I would do.
Yeah.
The money I will make maybe for 1 or 2 or 3 dresses or 5 dresses that will not even take me how many months to make. Do you get? So fashion designing for me is like, that's my baby. I know they use and they play. That's my, when I don't see, say maybe I don't too lose, I'll say, oh boy, make I go where the money they come, where the source fund this other things. Now the source be that. So I don't joke with it at all. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, hi Vicky.
Hi.
So I wanted to ask what your creative process is like. I think 2 questions. Say you get a client, how do you walk through the process of creating the designs that they have? And would you say there's a particular aspect of the designs that you like? I mean, you have tailors, you have people that do stuff, but that that you sit over this one, nobody can do it for you in that sense.
For that one, I would say, I don't know anyone in particular, but there's so many dresses that we've made and I know what my team can handle without me. and I know the ones that they cannot. It's not like there's a particular client's dress that I am the one that is doing it and there's one. There are designs that I know that even if I'm not there, even if my team cannot reach me through call, they will deliver 100%. They've been trained for that. They will deliver. But there are designs that even me, maybe I've not even done it before. It's my head that wants to do it. How am I going to explain that to my team if I'm not there in person to make sure that we execute it? And then there are some periods where, it's very important. There are peak periods for us. Let's say, like the AMVCA. Those are times where I actually go out because it's like our Met Gala here. We don't have any other one like that. So there are times where, we have to make some looks for AMVCA. That one, I know that I have to be there, if not sleeping at the factory for weeks, to make sure that it comes out the way it needs to come out. So yeah, once I know that my team can handle something, I don't have to be there. But once I know that I have to be there for it to be executed perfectly, then I have to be there. And then for how I handle my clients, it's basically consultations to... After consultation, you pay your money. After you pay your money, we start your clothes. We send you sketch. You don't pay, we don't send you sketch. We know they send. Consultation fee is not for design. It's for my time. Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and make your dress and send it to you.
All right, so one last question. Is there something that is very unique to the Veekee James brand? Say, for instance, you guys, I don't know if you guys will notice it, but if I see a dress and I look at the detailing and the beading, I know this is Veekee James. Or if I see a modeling outfit, I know this is modeling. But like from your point of view, is there something that is unique? That this is Veekee James, this is where our...
So, I mean, my team knows that we don't joke with our corsetry. We don't joke with like our illusion meshes when it comes to like it matching the skin properly. We don't joke with the fit of our dresses. Like the fit is even more important to me than any other thing. The fit, like when it comes to how it hugs the body, if it's that kind of style, how it flares out, how the flare must start at a certain place, how it must not be in this place, how the sleeves must be a certain way. So there are things that those kind of culture that my team is already used to. And then when it comes to the detailing and the finishing, they also know that there's no compromising that one. If the beads have to be there, they have to be there. They cannot be there as if maybe we are borrowing it, or as if it's finished from the market, or the person did not pay for enough, or as if they are counting it. All of that. That's why, I mean, when you talked about the detailing, it's because we are very intentional about that. Like I cannot, if a bead has to be here and it's not there, even if the customer is at the gates, they will put the bead first. It's that important.
Okay, hi Vicky.
Hi.
So my question is, what advice can you give to young women who wants to have like a very successful career and a healthy family structure? Because it's looking like if you are very career oriented, you start here. Personally, I had things like calm down, men don't like this, society doesn't like this, and you tend to see more women pivoting towards, if I don't have family, let me have money, let me have a career, let me have success. But you are an example of someone that have both sides. So what advice would you give to young women who want to achieve and attain that kind of level on both ends?
So I think when it comes to family and career, family and business, first of all, family comes first for me. Family supersedes anything. Family supersedes money. Family supersedes... No matter... Family supersedes everything, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's family that will always be there. When you've made all the money and you lose everything, it's family that will be there to say sorry and back you up and, pat your back and be there for you. I think women should learn how to balance things properly. Because once you're a woman that wants to be successful, or you don't want to give up your career or give up that sense of independence of having your own money as a woman, if you're that kind of woman and you actually want to have a successful family where there's peace in your home, it's not like because you are working, you'll be giving excuse up and down. I believe that women who want to be like that are women who have to take responsibility and be determined to succeed at both. Because it's easy for women to make excuses like, I'm not available for my husband or for my family because of work. They always
They always want to give excuses with work and their career and money. I think when you want to truly, truly succeed and have it well in both sides, those excuses have to get out of the way. Because once those excuses are there, that's what even hinders you from doing well. Because the time when you have to be home making food for your husband, if you are the kind of woman that likes to cook for your family, because it's not by force. If you know that you don't like to cook, because we're no longer in the generation where our mothers must cook for our fathers. It's not by force. I'm not an advocate for that. A woman's place in a home is not necessarily in the kitchen. So if you're not that kind of woman, we already are in the kind of world where you pay money, let chefs cook and make food available at home. So if that's the kind of person you are, fine. I'm the kind of person that believes in building family bonding through the smallest things as cooking for my family. I want my husband to go outside, eat food, and be like, hey, I better make I go chop my wife food. That's the kind of person I am. I want my children to go out, go and do holiday somewhere and come back and be like, Mommy, please make us food. We've missed it. That's the kind of person I am. So if you're that kind of person, fine. Find a way to balance it. Make it work. What I do is, I find a day in the week where I'm free. Let's assume I'm not creating cooking content. I'm actually cooking proper food for the house. I find the days where I know that, okay, I'm not very busy that day. That day, if it's 3 soups and stew and sauce, I will cook and fill up the fridge. I will get it done. There's already someone at home that will microwave food when I'm not there and my husband is there. My husband doesn't even have a problem with boiling rice and taking stew from the fridge and eating it, So, because I know that as long as there's food at home, everything is okay. It does not mean that if I didn't used to cook now. I only used to cook when I had not started my fashion brand. Then I used to stay in school. I used to cook a lot. When I started my fashion brand, I was more focused on fashion. Wait till concern me and kitchen. I had people working with me now. I had a girl that used to cook in the house. Unless maybe I want to cook a certain soup and I want to cook alone, I'll just cook it maybe once in a month. I'll just cook. But before I got married, I knew that once I enter my husband's house, all of these things must happen. And I was very intentional about it. So the first day I entered like this, when I even cooked the first food, he was shocked. Because he had never eaten my food before. When he comes to the house, it's my mom's food he will eat. Because now my mama go cook. My mom used to say we used to stay together. She go cook. So I'm sure that in his head right now, he will even be like, oh boy, this girl they cook. Oh. Because he didn't even know. He didn't have that idea of me. But I already had it planned out. So I do it intentionally. When I have to cook food, I will cook food. I can be at the office, come back late at night, let's say 12 p.m., everything is ready for me to cook. I will go straight and cook it. My husband will even beg me to come to bed. I will not. Because it's not as if I don't cook that food, he's going to be angry. He will not. That's not the kind of person he is. And that's why, as a woman, if you're trying to have this kind of double life, where you're a career woman and you also want to be a woman that is very, very present in your home, you have to also get married to a husband that's will be very understanding and that would support you and help you. That it's not that when you are dying, they are watching you struggling in the kitchen, they are not helping you, they are still there, making sure that you get it done. I know that if a time comes where maybe I'm too weak to do any of that, my husband will happily cover me on the bed very well, go down and get it done, or get someone to get it done. So at the end of the day, there's no pressure. But if that's what you want to do, balance both, you have to do it intentionally. Do the things that you need to do at the times where you need to get it done. There's no need for excuses. If you can actually let go of work to be present for your family, I think you should actually do that. I think sometimes we get overly engrossed in our work and our career that we forget that family is actually very, very important. That sometimes I have to be at the office to maybe a client is texting me. I know that client will pay me thousands of dollars. The person is messaging me, please, I need to see you. I know that if I see that person today, once she sees me face to face, not that she sees my creative assistant, she will drop her money for her dress immediately. I know that. But I also know that this week I've not really been available for my husband, or we've not really been home to spend time together, and we agreed that, okay, today we want to leave work and stay together and enjoy ourselves. I will not sacrifice that quality time with my husband for any amount of money. So a lot of things have to go for some things to give. So I think these are things that women need to consider if they're trying to have their career working well and have their home fully attended to. with these few points of mine as a newly married wife with 1 year experience.
You did amazing. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much,
coming.
Linda.
I'm
I had so much
glad.
fun.
Yes, I had fun too. Thank you so much, and we wish you all the best. You know, we're always rooting for
I know.
you. Yeah, and you can't live without saying 1 or 2 words about Viva.
Of course. Viva, oh, viva, a mi mema, viva, viva mia, ya, viva mia, sana, oh, viva. Okay, I'd like to say thank you to Viva. I signed my first ambassadorial deal with Viva, and that's just with me doing content creation for just a few months. And I would say that that's like a lot of trust right there. There's so many people out there that Viva would have chosen. And Linda, thank you for rooting for me as well. Linda made sure that I got the deal. So I'm so grateful to Viva for trusting me. I've seen feedbacks. The products are amazing. It's not coming from an ambassador side. The products are amazing. The packaging is beautiful. See, it's in our fairy tale store. Yeah. Very fine. Very beautiful. I proudly keep it in my kitchen. You know, I carry it on my head because that's what Viva is to me. I so much adore Viva. And I'm proud to be a Viva ambassador. And I hope and I pray that I will never let Viva down.
We could tell from your video that you were very happy.
Of course,
yeah,
of course, of course, I was. This is my husband when he was looking like this.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Linda.
Hopefully we'll get to have more conversations with you.
Of course.
It's very inspiring.
Gladly.
Yes.
Let's see how this one does.
It's going to do very well, I already know. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You know, greet your husband for us.
Of course, you're here.
Keep taking care of that business. And we are hoping we are rooting for you and hoping for the day where Veekee James would be a worldwide known brand. Don't stop until we get there, because we actually need that from Nigeria. So yes, it's a big deal. We pray it gets to that, and I know to get there.
Of course, I see it happening soon.
Soon, right? Yes. So yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So guys,
thank you, creativity.
If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section as usual, and we'll get Veekee James to answer them. Don't worry. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye. Anyway, you have all come to the right place. You're here because you're special. People may not get you, but over here, we've got you. What you do is so important. You think deeply. You create something out of nothing. You are amazing. With your fonts and your syllables, your crazy moves, your beautiful costumes, and even his ugly cry face, you bring joy and laughter to the world. You bring hope. You inspire. You change perceptions. We are not normal. We are different. And we must come together to empower each other, to guide one another, to grow, learn, and impact one another. Hey, please, Mr. Producer, calm down. This is our safe space. This is our fertile land. No tensions, no restrictions. This is where your creative beast can run wild. This is a creative revolution.
So, I really no go share food, Abby?
No.
No, wahala. Mad.